everybody, and welcome back up to the Commentary Box for live coverage of the 2021 Le Mans 24 Hour. It's 1 a.m. here in the UK, and over in France it's just gone 2 a.m, which means we're approaching the halfway stage of the hours as well, and we'll be bringing you that halfway stage live here on YouTube. The 708 Gluckenhaus Racing just coming into the pit lane, winning 4th overall in hyperclass, winning 5th in the race as well for a fuel change. We're under a slow zone at the moment if you're just joining us as well, because stopping out on the track, I believe, was the 66 JMW Motorsport car stopping on the track, and then the other Ferrari as well catching fire with its brakes at the front of the pit lane area as well. I think it's the 57 Kessel Racing that had stopped and has a fire down at the Tête Rouge corner. Somebody was slow there at the exit of the pit lane. It looked like one of the Gluckenhaus Racing cars. So already a couple of bits of trouble there as well. But if you're interested in watching the highlights of hours 8, 9 and 10, it's literally just saving now. They'll be on air at past. It's only 16 minutes though, so easily to be able to be watched later on as well. Let's go over to the group chat quickly as well, if I can, and to say hello as well to Tom Dillon Sim Racing, who says, "Hello, Josh. Nearly passing out from exhaustion yet?" Haha, absolutely I am, and I'm flying the ship solo for the next 2 hours as well. So Megan Burge and Ian Burge have gone to bed. Jack Cronchall, who was in the comms box at the end of the last session as well, who is my brother-in-law, by the way, he's also left and gone back to sleep as well with Kellyanne. As well, so they've left as well, and everyone else is in bed. The commentary box door is locked up, and I'm locked up as well here for the next 2 hours with monitors, timing screens, and the lovely chat as well. So send me your best questions as well over the next 2 hours, and I'll do my best to inform them to you. We'll talk all things World Endurance for 2022 as well. We'll talk all things Le Mans currently, and don't forget you can also watch the highlights of hours 8, 9 and 10. They'll be on air within the hour as well. They're just saving now, actually, on my laptop directly in front of me in the commentary box, and it's nearly done. 16 minutes, the highlights from hours 8, 9 and 10. Wasn't actually much happening out there on the track. The big highlights, the Netherlands car unfortunately had another spin into the gravel trap. It touched with the Ferrari out there as well, the 57 Kessel and the 66 JMW Motorsports. So they're all still changing over. The 92 Porsche just coming into the pit lane now. Mike Conway has taken back over command of the number 7 Toyota. Sebastian Buemi in command of the number 8 Toyota as well. Andre Negrão is in control of the hypercar for the Alpine Elf Matmut as well. And I'm not quite at the passing out exhaustion yet, but just in case I am, if I just take over the monitor here and pick up the commentary camera, and you can look over here as well at the other side of the commentary box. There's the other screens we're on about and everything that we're on about here in the box. But up here as well is the drivers, trackers, and the spotters guides as well. But we've got a kettle, we've got some milk, we've got some food as well. We are all A-OK. For the remaining hours here on YouTube. Tom is also asking, I'm on the all-nighter hype train too. What do you make of the hydrogen cars that they're talking about introducing in 2024? I think it is fantastic, Tom. It's the right answer early as well, bringing it in for the right future. Hydrogen, I've always said, is the next logical step on the evolution. We've had the electric, now we needed hydrogen. It's the best fuel source possible as well. The water endlessly, H2O to make hydrogen oxide. So yeah, I can't wait to see how it goes. And we've got the hyperclass hydrogens. They're out there, but the pure hydrogen class, A-OK by me. Fantastic. So yeah. And considering they'll be out as well for full throttle to win the Le Mans outright, I think that opens the door again for more and more records. Le Mans going to get faster again. It's going to get cleaner as well. And I'm a big fan of the hydrogen engines, and I want to see them on the road course. I'm more of a fan of hydrogen than I am of electric, and I commentate on Formula E, so I want a Formula H for hydrogen cars. Hello. Oh, good morning. Or is it good afternoon? I'm not too sure over there in Australia. To Beth as well. Beth, hello. We're finally at a reasonable an hour. We can talk to one another. Well, for you, that is. A reasonable hour for you. I'm on the all-nighter this time, Beth, as well as Tom here. But Beth asking, did you answer my question earlier about Nico Rosberg's commentaries on his last F1 race? I may have missed it if you did. I did. I said it was absolutely fantastic. It was a breath of fresh air, and I only wish it was Crofty, Martin Brundle, and Nico Rosberg. Rosberg always provides a cool, calm head. He's more of the showman or the commentator that we like to see as well. He's great with the analysis. He's in depth. He's not afraid to challenge people as well in the answer. And you'll get more of it as well because Nico Rosberg will be commentating on the Dutch Grand Prix because Martin, I don't think, is there on that one. So, yeah, the Dutch Grand Prix will be where Nico Rosberg is next in the box, according to him. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic and love every second of it as well. So keep your questions coming in. We'll keep flicking towards the group chat. We've got another yellow and a slow zone still out there on the track as well. Hopefully we'll be back to green soon here at the Circuit de la Sarthe, and the show has actually just saved as well the highlights for the next hour of the show. So that's being uploaded now. I'm just doing it in front of you here in the comments box. 13 hours and 51 minutes to go. We're with you until the halfway point, and then just a little after as well for the halfway stage. 12 hours live here on YouTube, 12 hours in highlights. The next highlight show is going out. 63 out there. We've had a couple of markers of doom as well up here. In fact, let's see if I can do it, shall we? Tom Dillon says, Martin really milking his annual leave this year. Yeah, I'll put a tweet out. How many has Martin missed this year? He's missed, where was it? He missed Azerbaijan, missed Austria, missed Hungary. That's 33 races. He's missing the Dutch Grand Prix as well. And he can't do the Japanese Grand Prix anymore, so he's up there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if I can pick you up and show you around the box a little bit. Look, here's the commentary desk that we're all working on and working off as well. There's the Eurosport pictures. Can't show too much of that. But here as well, this is my trackers guide. And I can't really pull you any further, but the marker of doom has played an effect as well. The number 1, Richard Mille Racing Team, that was out when we were last on air. So was the 17i deck. That never happened. Further down as well here, the 5016 Project 1 has officially retired from the race, as has the 98 Aston Martin. That was earlier on. The 66 looks to be out as well. The 33 T-Sport's in trouble, and a few more need to be added to the list as well. We're waiting on official announcements of retirements here. Let's pop you down back onto the laptop control deck as well. But yeah, I like that. There's a bit more free here at Le Mans. As well as the Corvette boys having a bit of a rest as well. Some of them really watching on, and some of them just taking a little bit of a lark about and just sitting back as well and keeping up. What did everyone think of Jack's commentary, by the way? Jack's it was my brother-in-law who was in the commentary box with me and Megan at the end of the last live as well. A little bit too much of a celebration out there, I think, for the party. But absolutely loved him having him in the box as well. So, yeah, that was Jack in the box. Literally, hey, Jack in the box. I see. It's 2 o'clock in the it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. 2 o'clock in France, and I'm still cracking the good jokes. But yeah, Jack in the box earlier on. I think that's going to become the saying, isn't it? Up here. Hello to Synthel. Synthel also pulling out an all-nighter here as well in the box. He is over in the Netherlands as well. Beth saying, I thought Nico was really considered and on point with his comments. Far better than Croft, who should take annual leave more often. Croft has never actually missed a race. Do you know that? In all of Sky F1, he's never missed a race. And the only race he's ever missed out of the previous 257 something or other since the 2006 season started was one race in 2007 when his son was born. And Murray Walker took over commentary for that one. That is the last race he missed, the 2007 European Grand Prix. Since then, he's been non-stop throughout. So dedication there, I'd call that, as I can't work out what one we need to be on in terms of graphics, which is going to bug me as well. Ray Smith, good evening to you, saying, a question for you folks, how many laps are spent behind the pace car? I can tell you, and I'll go over to the big camera here, look, on the Mac. Here it is. This is the group chat on the Mac. This is the monitor I have in the box that has been separated into one screen for you to see. You can see, look, we've had 6 safety car periods lasting for a total of 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's all I know is how many laps we've spent behind the safety car is a total of time, which is 2 hours and 20 minutes and 9 seconds. That is all I know at the moment. So I'm sorry I can't be any more precise for you. But them's the deals and them's the breaks at the moment. As we're just uploading the hours 9, 10 and 11. Let's come back up into screen 4, shall we? There we go. As the slow zone is still out there as they fix the damage down at Tete Rouge for that Ferrari, who seem to have a brake failure. And steam come out the front, so we're keeping an eye on whether that Ferrari looks to be out of the race or not. We're waiting for the official list of retirements that will be published at the end of this next hour, so we can update the marker, the driver track and the spotter's guide with the marker of doom as well. 13 hours, 47 minutes to go. We're on here, as I said, until 2 hours, so this hour plus the next one. What happened to Jolter? They were 4th and 6th. A lot of pit stops and a few offs as well. So the 28 Jolter running down in 9th place overall and running 5th in class. And the second Jolter has Van Davidson is up to 16th in class and 21st overall. So a bad day for Jolter at the moment has sort of corrupted them, which I find heartbreaking. But yeah. And what do you do for Le Mans when the hour highlights cross over 2 days? I'm just going to have to put it as today's date. Because I don't think we're going to... That's July. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to put it as today's date, unfortunately, which is really bizarre. But, yeah, this is going on now for an instant public premiere. So, as soon as that has done, you'll be able to watch the highlights from hours 8, 9, and 10. It's only 16 minutes. So you can pop off there and then come back and have a look. Upload complete. Processing starting. So, there you go. Not bad at all here. We also have the tweet deck. You can get in touch using hashtag JB Motorsports and at Joshua Birch 99 to get in touch. And you can also, if you're watching this as well on YouTube, get in touch on the chat as well. I know we're on a radio station as well in America, so that is how you can get in touch using hashtag JB Motorsports on Twitter. And you can use at Joshua Birch 99 to get in touch with me directly. That's also the same for Instagram. And if you go to the YouTube main page as well, you can use the link tree to take you to all of the social media platforms and the other channels as well. Beth saying as well, let's go over to the chat here. Beth saying, Josh, can I take your comments about hydrogen to mean you prefer to drive a Ferrari over a Prius? I think I would, yeah. Who wants to drive a Prius? Why would you drive a Prius? I mean, I'm not really a fan of the Prius idea either. I'm more of a fan of I'm definitely a fan of the hydrogen. Tom Dillon saying as well, what microphone/headset do you use, by the way? Well, I've got another one here alongside me that Megan, Jack, and Dad, well, Ian Birch was using as well. This is the headset we use. Let's come up to main cam for a sec so we can show you. These are the headsets we use. They are Audio Technica BPH-S1. So let's take it off. So they are boom mics converted into audio mics. So it's proper hard-hitting microphones as well, with a cardinal edge as well, so they're quite direct. But the real sound screen is smaller than this, so we brought some bigger sound screens so that your P's and your Q's and that lot, anything you go with, is a lot more different. So they're our headsets, and we changed the ear cups as well to proper leather ones, because the other ones didn't last 5 minutes, so we changed the ear cups as well. But they are Audio Technica BPH-S1. Over there. In terms of the handheld mics we use, I've got one under the desk somewhere that Mum was using earlier on. We use an XLR cabled wide handheld mic because we can switch them out to wireless transmitters. And just take off that, we use the Behringer Ultra Voice out there as well. So there's the Behringer and the Ultra Voice as well. It's the XM8500 microphone we use with a 3-pin connector. That means that we can adjust it to a Rode Go microphone, a wireless adapter when we eventually get one, or when we're here in the box, we can use an XLR cable and hook it up, and just as you can see now, look, switch it over and talk through that, and then you can interview people as well. So that's the mic we use for presenting the shows as well. Whenever we're not wearing headsets, this is what we present with. As we're back onto green flag running completely now here at Le Mans. And the microphone that you might not see that often here, unless you watch the esports, and if we're on the end of the night shoot as well, if I can get it in vision here, it's gone a little bit wonky, and I don't really know why, and it's bugging me as to why it's gone wonky. because it's that's why it's gone wonky. The mic lead is affecting it at the moment. This is our special microphone that I use for esport commentary mainly, and also, if needed, we use for the race reviews and highlight shows and everything. Let's just loosen that up as well because it's going to strangle this XLR cable. Here we go. So this microphone here, you mainly see as well, and there you go, look. So this microphone here that we use, this is our voiceover microphone. So if we're doing lap attacks, or if we are presenting to esports, or on shows like the Grid Network, and that we use this microphone. So this is the mic that we can use that we're hands-free. We've usually got little earbuds in as well, and it's just nice to watch everything going about as well. And also, it comes with a bigger pop filter as well. And this is a Urari microphone, and you can take the top off and add an extra bit on as well. So it's just handy to move about. And also, when anyone comes into the commentary box as well, and they can't put a headset on or can't hold the mic, you can act as a boom mic as well by turning the level up, so everybody can hear in the box exactly what's going on. So get that out of the way, because that needs to go back up to the top there and keep out of the way, because we've got a television monitor and the kettle's in the way as well. And on the desk we use a Behringer bus mixer USB, and behind there Dad uses a Behringer headset for whenever they're in there as well. And yeah, that's about it really. And there's laptops and everything. So there's a little Combox tour, because there's nothing out in the track and we've got things to talk about. So I thought, yeah. I hope that explains your question there, Tom. Ray asks as well, how many more pit stops between now and checkered flag at 4 p.m. Le Mans time? They do over 200 pit stops, really, the entire field together. So I would reckon there is, with 13 hours to go, so far, if I take a look at the our timing monitor, if I can find out where here it is, they have, so far, in coming up to half distance, the top cars have pitted 12 times. So I would say they've got another 13 to 14 pit stops left in them out there. So a long, long way to go. We're not even halfway yet. We're not even really considering that this is Toyota's race to win, because the 7 and 8 keep switching positions, and one mistake and one error, like we saw late on in the race as well, bang comes the Team WRT as well into the game. So for LMP2, and don't even count out the Alpines as well. They're right up there. So yeah, it's a crazy one at the moment. But yeah, so far they've done 12 stops with half the race to go. I would say they've at least got another 13 or 14 laps to go. Sorry, pit stops to go. So there's your question, Ray. Tom also saying, cheers, my 5-year-old blue snowball has got bits hanging off now. Been needing a new headset for RF2 commentary and things for ages. These are the cheapest ones. They're £150 as well. And they're really good. I would buy new leather ear cups, which is the same one. In fact, yeah, they're the same ones as well as another brand of Audio-Technicas, so you can easily get them. And they're very comfortable. Great mics, great sounds, great professional sound of them as well. I love them. And I often thought, oh, maybe I should change them to a Sennheiser headset, the HD 2027s and 26s, or to the new Audio-Technicas, which got bigger ear cups on them. But every time I get to it, I thought, no, these are actually quite nice. They're quite comfortable. They've got clear voice, and the other ones aren't. The difference is that these ones here, though, they've got boom microphones. So you've got effectively a handheld mic on a headset. And that is honestly better than some of them. It's pretty similar to what Sky F1 have in their commentary box. So I'm very pleased with them. I'll tell you what, though, the one piece of equipment I would change over, I would leave this headset for, is I'll put the headset up there. I would absolutely love and use non-stop a Coles 4104 lip mic like Murray Walker used to have, a handheld lip mic. I would use that all the time. Not even kidding. That would be my dream microphone to own as well. And I've had the chance over the couple of years to buy one, but things have got in the way in life as well, and it's 400 quid, so I thought I couldn't spend that on one thing that is so small. That would only be an assistance, not a use to the job. Like the PlayStation enables me to do my esport job. The microphone would enable me to do the esport job, but I wouldn't have an esport job if I bought it. So you know what I mean? Strange situation out there. Going on as well, Slow Zone is out. We are back to green flag running. as well as let's go back over here. So yeah, Tom, absolutely get a headset. They're a lot easier to play with as well. I know some people do like it as well, but you can either have one of these snowball mics that I've got, not snowball mics, the radio mics that we've got here. That is honestly fantastic for radio shows and voiceovers, or like we use in the commentary box, one of these as well. Beth saying as well, what did we all think of season 3 of Drive to Survive? I thought it was another bit of Netflix editing the season because I saw bits that were in different places. It was a good story, but some of it not really fitting up with what I remember. And I suppose that's the thing. If you're close to Formula 1, like I'm sure we all are as well, and you actually know what goes on in the paddocks, you take Drive to Survive with a pinch of salt. But there are some things there that happened at that race that you don't know about, like Magnussen smashing the door at Silverstone in season 2. No one ever predicted that to happen as well. And I think they milked the Grosjean crash a bit too much because I was there commentating on that day as well, and you all saw it on YouTube on the watch along. That was scary and terrifying, and nobody ever wants to see that again. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I think season 4 though is going to be great with this season. They've got so much to talk about in 2021. I think 2021 is one of the best seasons we've seen in years. As well. Tom saying, I swear those lip mics cost hundreds. Yes, £415 the last count. They can even go into the 500s. So you see why I can't really buy one at the moment. Maybe one day I'll get to use one in a different form, like if I'm commentating for Formula 1 themselves or something, or I'll get to use one. And the day I get to use a Coles 4104 lip mic, honestly, best day of my life. Above everything else, it would be the best day because it'll be like I finally made it to a proper commentary box as well, and it'll be emulating the great man Murray. And speaking of Murray, everybody remembers using the advertising games. Opal fruits. I saw that they've brought them back because now over here in the UK they're Starburst. But Opal fruits, a limited edition, and it's got Murray's own slogan that he himself came up with. Made to make your mouth water. Murray came up with that, as well as the Colgate ring, and Chill makes budgies bounce with health, and all that lot. So yeah, Opal fruits, made to make your mouth water. I thought, yeah, I'll have these in the commentary box for Murray during the Le Mans race as well. And certainly as well, Tom saying as well, my proudest moment is that I called exactly how Drive to Survive would edit that Grosjean crash, and was right. I think we all were.
It's 1 minute 19, need to keep it like this. So we're going to do a full service, so we need 1 minute 50 to stay in front.
So that's Mike Conway being told that the gap is currently 1 minute 21. We need a 1:15 to stay out front over Sebastian Buemi, so he's got to push a bit more. It is lap 150 here at Le Mans with 13 hours and 35 minutes to go. And Beth just sent a message. Unfortunately, I missed it, so I'm sure she'll send it again. But I'm sure you all saw it in the chat as well. As we'll switch over and give you the rundown at the moment until there's something new in the chat. Yes, unfortunately, the Richard Millet racing team is out of the running with the all-female running of Tatiana Cauldron, Beitskavissa, and Sophia Flörsch. Name escaped me for a second. This is how late it's getting here in the UK, 1:25 in the morning. Jolter 38 comes into the pit lane, changes over for new Goodyear tyres as well. Those old tyres, actually, don't look that bad, so I'm surprised about that one. Considering it was declared a wet race as well, they get more time out there. They're going to do a driver change, I think, at the number 7 squad. So who's that coming in? Beth saying as well, I think season 3 was a bit ordinary compared to earlier seasons. The whole Lewis SJW stuff at the end of the last episode looked a bit tacked on afterthought. Yeah, it did unfortunately. And I think they didn't really focus much on Russell as I would have liked. And I think I still think the best race of last year was the Shakira race. That on the outer loop. And it looks like we're going back to the outer loop as well. Later on in the year. I know the rumour is for F1 we're going to go to Indianapolis, the Bahrain outer loop, and the where is it? Qatar, if we can't end the season completely. How could you forget Sophia? Absolutely, yeah. Sorry there, Beth. I know you said earlier on she's hot as well, and I would agree there. But I did forget Sophia. As we got a car off into the gravel, yellow flag out on the circuit. Is it one of the Porsches? It's got a... Oh, it's the WeatherTech Racing 79 Porsche running 6th in class. It's got a rear left puncture. Now, that is not good news as to why we've got this puncture up there. As the WeatherTech Racing now has to back off. It's just on the entrance to the pit lane, so he's got absolutely magnificently lucky that he can drag it back into the pit lane. So the 79 car in trouble with a puncture, but is right alongside the pit lane. No need for a slow zone. Let's see what happened then. Coming into the forward chicane and just loses it. Hits the wall hard as well, a concrete wall. So I think this might be a bit more than... that might be more of retirement. Cooper McNeil in the WeatherTech Racing America squad turns through into the forward chicane. Loses the rear immediately with a puncture and slides into the wall. Drags it back to the pit lane, but a lot of work needs to be done on that car. Thank God he got it back to the pit lane because if it was craned off, that would be game over. But it hit the concrete wall in the same place as what happened with FP4, was it? That got cancelled. So rear body work needs to be changed over as well. New tyres put on and everything getting ready. Are they going to let it go again? No, they're going to bring it back into the pit. I was going to say they can't let that one go. So we're back up into green flag running here. I need another drink up here in the box. Shall I have, ladies and gentlemen, make the decision. Shall I have a cup of tea or a Dr. Pepper? Make the decision because I'll have to put the kettle on. So shall I have a cup of tea or a Dr. Pepper? As we talk about how the number 7 is getting out. Jose Maria Lopez, Mike Conway hops out of the car. His second shift in the Toyota number 7 is done. And getting in will be, I believe, Kamui Kobayashi, a driver I've spoken to at Silverstone a couple of years ago as well. Looking absolutely fantastic. I think, yep, you can now also, by the way, go back and have a look at hours 8, 9 and 10 for the highlight show, which has just become available for hours 8, 9 and 10. So go and have a look at that as well here on YouTube. As we've done a lot live here this weekend for the N9 running. We've done a lot more watch longs than we usually do for this one. Who's that coming down the pit lane? The 709 Glaukenhaus car now into the pit lane as well. As the green flag is out at the IndyCar race. I won't be watching that, unfortunately, until later on in the evening. Sorry, I won't be watching that at all, actually. I will not get to see the IndyCar race until next Monday because of Le Mans. So I'll probably know the result, which is really annoying for the Bob Morado 500. But I will be commentating on that, I think Tuesday, and it will go out on... I think I'm commentating on the IndyCar race on Tuesday, and it goes out on Thursday evening. And the last 3 races of the year for IndyCar are live. So, yeah, everyone in the group chat as well. Should I have a cup of tea or should I have another Dr. Pepper to keep me awake? We are half an hour in to this live stream as some of the Corvette guys are getting a nap down there on the track as well, putting one of those roll-out mats up as well as a bed. As the 63 Corvette is challenging for the lead in GTE Pro with the 51 Ferrari AF Corsa. Closing up together now on the track, which is lovely to see. As the battle still run on here at Le Mans. Pit lane for the 79 car as well. I don't care what. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I've made the decision myself. I'm going to have to have a cup of tea to keep me up. I need the sugar rush and hot energy drinks as well. Tea, you'll crash too early if you go Dr. Pepper. Thank you, Beth. Yeah, I think we came to the both decision because I was looking. I've got loads of cans of Dr. Pepper left at the side of the commentary box, but it's 13 hours to go, not even halfway. So I do agree with you here, Beth. A nice cup of tea is required. And Mum, as you remember earlier, Amanda Birch, brought in our mugs as well. There's my J mug that I get to drink. Usually we don't have mugs in the box. Usually we have travel mugs. So it's nice to have that there. But yeah, so I'll have a nice cup of tea. Oh, I've still got a bit left in this Dr. Pepper. I'll drink this. Just a bit left. It is nice though. As we take a look at the running order, thanks to everyone for sticking with us here during the night shift. The only night shift I'm going to do of 2021, I believe, because I don't even think the IndyCars are now going to do anything. We might have had a night shift for IndyCar. Can't quite remember. It's been a very long year. It has. Here for the 2021 season. And we're only in August as well. We have another half a season to do of everything and everything. Honestly, end of this year, I am ready for it. I'm ready for a couple of months off just to completely recharge. I'm not even going to do anything. I'm going to take about 3 weeks off of everything and just go somewhere and completely chill out. A friend of mine suggested maybe a cruise. I thought that's a good idea, actually. Go out before the season starts of Formula E and just go and have a nice cruise and a nice relax and a recharge for the next season, because you don't get that long off, do you? You finish in December and in January you're off and running for Formula E. So, yeah, it's a strange situation. I did, however, as I'm sure if you all saw my Instagram story, at JoshuaBurch99, there is a... I had the pasta. I had the pasta for lunch, yeah. Beth saying as well, this is probably the only night shift I won't have to do this year. You're right there, Beth. Actually, that's right for Beth, yeah, because over there in Australia, let's do the math. It's 11, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, is it? What's the time over in Australia? 10:33 in the morning. So good morning to you, Beth, in Australia. And yeah, this is probably the only night shift you don't have to do. You can watch the next 13 hours it's the rest of your day, really, isn't it? My goodness me. It'll take you up from sunrise to sunset. It's really bizarre, because here in the UK, it'll finish at 3 o'clock British summer time. And over there, it'll finish up... God knows what time it will be over there. I can't work out that well. My kettle is boiled. My tea is ready. Well, not ready. I've got to make it. Would you like me to watch me make a cup of tea? How boring can this live stream get while we're under the boring situations out here on the track? Let's see if we can move the camera around and while I make a cup of tea as well. Because I can still see one of the camera angles as well. The 7 and 9 Glaucus Racing has actually moved their camera just a little bit on the other half of the track, so you can't see anything anymore. So the camera angle I've been using to tell me where there's a yellow flag and a safety car for the last couple of hours is now defunct, so I've got to find another one. I'll go to the race leader, shall I? The 7 and 8 car out there. We'll go to the race leader, the 7 car out there. Beth is happy that this is the last night shift she's doing for the entire season. Absolutely. So let's have a nice cup of tea then. I think it's needed as well, isn't it? It's the tea. It's getting to the time of the day where it's closing in as well. And I do like a milky tea as well. So, oops, I've spilled some. As still who's that now? That's the Rocher time as well out there, and the Graph car also getting ready out there as well to change over. As I am absolutely messing this up here at the moment with this tea bag, so I'm just going to remove the tea bag from the situation because it's being mean. As well, and I've spilt some as well, so here comes the little handle that comes out as well. How to make a cup of tea during the Le Mans 24-hour night shift. Not bad. Good morning, Adam, as well out there. I hear you're watching the IndyCar race. It's 1:35 here in the UK as well, and I'll probably get in trouble with how much sugar I'm going to put in here, but it's a pick-me-up. I have 3 sugars in my tea as well. At least I'm not Peter Capaldi. He has about 6 or 7. In his tea. But yeah, safety car is no longer in order. We haven't had a safety car now for around about 2 hours and 14 minutes. We've been under pure green flag running. So that is actually astounding, considering recently as well, we've seen incidents where we have yellows breed yellows quite a lot here as well. Just putting the sugar in first, and then I'll put the nice milk in. Semi-skimmed, obviously. So I won't be seeing the IndyCar race, so no spoilers as well. Although my Twitter will probably spoil it for me, because I've got it on the tweet deck up here in the box. But yeah, sadly, won't be seeing the race live for IndyCar. We'll be commentating on that Tuesday, and it'll be out Thursday before the Grand Prix gets underway for, what should we call it? The I can't remember the name of it now. Formula One's Belgium Grand Prix. There we go. As they come in, 13 hours and 23 minutes to go. I'm actually feeling okay. The more you get, I was worried actually that when I'm covering a live stream on my own, you'd run out of things to say as well. You'll turn it down a bit more. But no, actually, it's going quite well. I just got to wait for the tea to cool down a little bit because it is absolutely roasting hot at the moment. I suppose I should move out my notes as well out of the way, including my very pretty A5 notes that I've got all the hours results printed on that I've been using throughout the broadcast as well. Many people saying that's a great idea, actually. It saves ink, I found as well, on your printer. 'Cause instead of using 24 big pages like we have for the practice sessions when we need to see them, for the hour highlights that we use, you can just use A5, saves the print, and instead of using 24 pages, you usually use 12 pages of ink. And it's very tiny ink as well, so you can still read it and highlight it and make little notes. And I'm liking it so much. I think next time at a racetrack, instead of having the big notebooks as well with those, I'm going to have my notes mini. So there you go, a little suggestion for you. Should we run down at the moment as the Porsche is having a big rebuild now at the WeatherTech Racing after it slammed into the wall a few minutes ago. So the front radiator's getting changed over as well. The front suspension's getting a rework. There'll be new bodywork going on as well. Everything out there getting ready to go. It's a hypercar 1, 2, 3, 4. The Toyota Gazoo Racing number 7 of Kamui Kobayashi leads the way from the number 8 of Sebastian Boemi. Andre Negrão in the 36 Alpine Elf Matamut is in third position, and Oliver Platt is running in fourth place now with the 708 Glarkenhus Racing Squad. In LMP2, that's being led by the WRT teams of the 31 and 41, with Charles Malasey in control, as well as Yiffy Yi in the second car out there as well. On board with the number 7 as well in one of the YouTube chats, as well on the second screen here in the box. He's coming up to lap some cars. And I've also made this assumption as well, to take another look at the 79 with the tech car hitting the wall. If you look here as well, it's a very strange situation where the track looks a lot lighter than it has done in previous years here at Le Mans. The track is now very much well lit. As to, it's not much of a challenge as what it used to be. I mean, still we can hit the wall every now and second, but you know, like finding the right path in the dark seems to have become less crucial in the past couple. As we'll be coming up here. The next time we are live, by the way, I think we can still show you that. For those joining you, where are we on the board? Here we go. Let's move over to that chat. So we are now at hours 11 and 12, so we're on here until 3 a.m. here British Summer Time. Hours 13, 14 and 15, that's 3 a.m. till 6 a.m. That'll be done in highlights. Hours 16 and 17, so 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. That'll be covered live here on YouTube. Hours 18, 19 and 20 will be covered in highlight form as well. That's from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. And 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. we will be live for the last 4 hours here at Le Mans. As it's all going well. Hello, Adam, as well. Hopefully you're all okay. I didn't get a proper chance to say hello when I was making the cup of tea. Hopefully you're okay and doing well. I'm sorry I'm not on the Grid Network shows this weekend. And I won't be seeing the IndyCar race, unfortunately, as well, for a while, which really annoys me. But I'll be back up and running soon. Let's have a sip of this tea then. Way too hot. Way too hot, but okay. So that'll be nice to keep me up for the next 1 hour, 19 minutes until we go to the highlight form. And it's got something now wrong down at the PlayStation chicane. One of the cars going straight on through the tire wall once again, you know, through the little gap area. Looks like one of the Ferraris as well. Just scraping on. It's the 52 Ferrari. That's who we've been informed it is as well. So we're on board now with the 92 Porsche. 1:40 in the morning as well. And very, very strong as well. Everybody who's woken up for the IndyCar race as well. We're not covering that race live. The last 3 races of the year, however, will be live at Portland, Laguna Seca, and Long Beach. We'll be covering those races live on YouTube. So, yeah, packed couple of weeks ahead of us here. We've already crowned the ABB FIA Formula E World Champion with Nick de Vries. He's now racing here as well. We're about to crown a Le Mans winner in about 13 hours. And this is the weird thing as well. You get to the morning and you realise you've got about 8 hours left and it feels like you've nearly finished. But you come now and it's 13 hours, 18 minutes to go. Don't even feel like you finished. And it wakes you up slightly as well. It's the 63 Corvette Racing with Taylor at the wheel. James Taylor will get a quick polish as well. Cleans up they only clean the numbers as well, and the lights of the cars. Everything else stays on there. And if they win the race, of course, all the bugs, the squashed bugs and everything like that, the dirt that gets us on the car, that stays forever, and it gets wrapped. So what happens is it gets a clean film sort of wrap on it, and it stays on the car. So these winning cars from Hypercar, LMP2, GTE Pro, and GTE Am will stay forever. Dirty, basically. And right now, Hypercar on their way to win their first ever race at Le Mans. It looks to be the number 7 Toyota. That will do that honour. Yellow flags. Go green now. Yeah, just to quickly capitalise on this as we take a look at the class leaders once again here in the box. Can we go to that full screen camera I like? Here we are. Okay, so look at this. Look, there's the group chat. Hello to everyone. But here, look on the side, look. You can see the flag stats that we have up here in the box. Green flag now been running for 2 hours, 21 minutes and 30 seconds. That's long since the last green flag was called. So that's that. Green flag count 11. We've been green for a total of 8 hours and 18 minutes. Full course yellows, we've had 3, lasting just 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Safety cars, we've had 6 of them. And that's lasted 2 hours and 20 minutes of the race. And of course, which is tradition with Le Mans, there is 0 red flags ever in this race. And so, yeah, there's a yellow somewhere on the track. Not sure where just yet. There's a nice bit of gulp of tea there, actually helps. Whatever that yellow was, it's gone. Green flag back out. It's down the straightaway. Okay, so I think it must be a debris bit because the yellows are waving down towards the PlayStation chicane in zone 3. So the exit Tête Rouge towards the Michelin chicane, and it just was yellow, so it must have been debris on the track. Sam Bird has come out of the pit lane in the 52A of Corsa and has emerged in 4th place in the GTE Pro category as well. And Race Control have actually shut down their cameras inside the box. So for now, unfortunately, we can't see anything from Race Control, which means we're hopping between onboard cameras. At the moment, right now, we've got the number 7 Toyota. We can also have the number 8 if we need it out there. So we're back on board with the number 92 Porsche. And welcome to what we call the graveyard shift here at Le Mans. This is completely where everyone calms down a little bit as well. They all get into their night routines and just settles down for the night shifts before sunrise is coming as well. Let's actually just check when sunrise is, shall we, over Le Mans. 2:45 over there. Sunrise at 7:03 a.m. Over in France. But here in the UK, where I am, sunrise is at 5:52. So, yeah, trying to get that gap. So 6:03. So the sunrise is in the UK quicker than it'll rise in France. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So the sunrise is here first, than it does over in France. Which is a weird one. They get a longer night than we do. That's what I've just realised as well. Hopefully you all have as well, if you think about it. Although breaking over here will be nice to see. And does that mean we'll be live? No, 6 o'clock. Oh, we will be, yeah. So daybreak will be live here on YouTube. And by the way, well done to everybody who is staying up and watching us throughout the world. If you're pulling a night shift as well, absolutely congratulations. You are an absolute die-hard fan of motorsport. Once again, apologies for not bringing you the IndyCar race live. That will be in a highlight form for the last time this year. After we've streamed, the last 2 races live and 3 this total this year with the rest in highlights. We'll have the next race in highlights, and then the last 3 will all be live. So we'll bring you 6 live races of IndyCar this year, with the remaining back in highlight form. And next year as well, we'll have more of a live schedule for IndyCar. And even after that as well, more, if we have to have a race where there's highlights, they'll be highlighted. and as well try and bring it all back up. We're not doing what we do with the British touring cars. We watch delayed watch along because the British touring cars delayed watch alongs only work because they're only 23 minutes long. IndyCar races are 2 hours, so it's a bit bizarre to put out a whole race of a watch along that's already happened. With those things, you edit them with as many on-screen graphics as you can get, like we've got here, like we are doing with the Le Mans race. With we edit the highlights down of the hours we're not live and go back on. Let's go over to the group chat then. As Beth saying, it's that time of the race where the movies would cut to the footage of the Ferrari's wheel lit up, people sleeping under trees in garages, and lots of litter blowing around as well. Absolutely. It's that type of night where you always skip over it, isn't it? And it's that type of night that I love, watching cars racing at night, proper night racing as well. In Le Mans is something I remember fondly, because I remember 2004 actually. Ian Birch, my dad, who's here in the box, who was commentating with us, he was I don't think he was well actually, and he had to sleep downstairs because I think he had something wrong with his back or his arm. I can't remember what it was, but he slept downstairs for a while for that night because he was in trouble. Not in trouble as in mum and him had a fight. No, he was in trouble with aches and pains, and he just couldn't sleep, so he went and slept downstairs. That happened, and it was during the Le Mans race, and he taped me some of the night shift, because at that point I'd never seen a night race in motorsport, and it was really weird watching it as well. In the morning when I woke up, he said to me, I taped you this during the night. It's the Le Mans race. Here, sit down and watch this. And I watched it in the morning, and I was fascinated by all the lights and the cars out there as well, racing at night. It's the first time I've ever seen racing at night. It blew my mind. And ever since then, I've loved Le Mans so much, and I've loved the spirit of it as well. And I've watched Le Mans ever since, and I watched Le Mans a lot. I always like watching it, and I've commentated on Le Mans non-stop since 2015. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is either my 6th or 7th Le Mans, actually. One of the two. And of non-stop, 24 hours commentating in the box, sat here watching it. And you feel knackered at the end of it. You feel like your brain doesn't make any sense. It feels like you've literally gone through a blender at some points as well. But honestly, it is so worth it every single time, because you've watched a fantastic race. You feel good about yourself as well. And you love the passion as well. And you get to watch these cars at night race around. It's absolutely fantastic. That's why I was so eager to have a live during the middle of the night shift as well. The graveyard shift, as they call it. And also, pleasure to spend it with all of you watching along here on YouTube as well. Brings a whole new meaning to it as well. So even more special this year. Adam is saying as well, done it for plenty of motorsports action across the world. Staying awake all night long. Absolutely respect to you there too, Adam. I don't think there's a motorsport fan in the world right now who's not staying up all night. That's a nice cup of tea, actually. I think they finally listened to me, you know. I think this is Tetley's. Here in the UK, we have a northern tea, which is Tetley's. I think this is Tetley's, and I do like the Tetley's. It's with 3 sugars as well. Milky tea, 3 sugars. That's actually quite nice. Actually, that's actually really, really nice tea. So give me a sec. That's a good one. So, Adam, actually, if you're still watching, I know you'll be watching the IndyCar, but the next season of the World Endurance Championship starts at Sebring, the 1,000 miles at Sebring. Double header event with IMSA, as well as they go over there for their race. I think that's going to be fantastic. We get back to Sebring. I'm even toying with the idea of commentating on the Le Mans seasons, but it takes a while, doesn't it, to get in action. But Sebring's going to be good, and I'm disappointed no Silverstone. I covered Silverstone a couple of years ago, and that was fantastic. So disappointed that's not back on the calendar. It was 6 hours in 2018, and it became 4 hours in 2019, and it was off the calendar in 2020 and 2021. So I'm disappointed not to see it for the 2022 calendar either, but hopefully Silverstone can muscle its way back on, because honestly, the World Endurance Championship at Silverstone was one of my best experiences in a paddock because we got to go in the wing as well. We got to broadcast live from everywhere. We got to interview loads of drivers as well. The paddock was open as well. I would say, actually, from all my motorsport experience of commentating, the World Endurance 6 hours at Silverstone made me feel the most like a professional TV company. We sat in the paddock watching the racing as well. We interviewed some of the drivers. We were live throughout as well. We did a post-race forum. Not even at Spain did we get that level of freedom and access, feeling like it, with when we covered Formula 1. And even with the British Touring Car Championship, we were restricted when we went this year. Usually the touring cars would be quite similar to what we had at the World Endurance, but because of COVID, we couldn't get in the paddock. Well, I could get in the paddock, but we couldn't film in the paddock or broadcast live from the paddock. And we had to broadcast live from the track itself. So I'm hoping that a race that's coming up, if nothing replaces the Japanese Grand Prix for Formula 1, that weekend is also the last one free for the British Touring Car Championship, the penultimate weekend of that series. So I'm hoping to get down to Donington Park, and everything's opened up there so we can broadcast live from inside the paddock after the races as well. So what the plan is we'll do a pre-race show from the paddock, go to the grid and interview some drivers, then go to the commentary position for race 1, commentate on that, go back into the paddock, do a couple of interviews, then wrap up about 20 minutes later, then do the same thing for race 2 and the same thing for race 3. So have a proper, full-on pre- and post-show for each race of the touring cars that day, now that the paddock's back open, and get some interviews as well and do a wrap-up show in the evening and just grab drivers saying, what do you think of that, mic in? And as well, many people saying, oh, but you got to be 2 meters. I've got a 2-meter mic. That's powerful enough. Or we'll just get a boom mic and get some people down. But yeah, absolutely no doubt in my mind that I would do that again with the touring cars a lot better as well. And yeah, we'll have to be over FaceTime again. But we know the problem was from censored, and we'll boost up the volume as well and boost up the quality control and everything and get everything shipshape and ready to go. And also, I've broadcasted from Donington before. Their reception's a lot better. And the circuit, and the paddock areas also has it as well. And I've also got the circuit manager's email address, so I can email him and get in contact about it, and maybe even get a commentary box. That'd be nice if we can get a commentary box at Donington and set up a proper booth with the camera facing out. Can you update the cars that are out of the race? We are waiting for that in 5 minutes, actually, Ray. So if you stay with us, because we're waiting for the results to be published of the official out list here, so I can update the marker of doom as well. But what I can tell you, Ray, is the current cars out of the race. The number 1 Richard Mille Racing Team in the LMP2 is out. The 17 IDEX Sport never took the start. The 56 Team Project 1 car is also out of the race, and the 98 Aston Martin is also out. We're waiting for news on the 66 JMW and the 57 Kessel Racing, as well as a few other cars that have gone off in the last hour. We are waiting for confirmation to see if they've been officially retired or not from this race. So we'll hear from that shortly. But the action on the track, quite slow at the moment. Everyone settled in for the night shift. The 36 Alpine is now just coming into the pit lane. Then are they going to change driver? No, just changing all the wheels over, giving it a nice clean as well of the headlights, the racing number, and the windscreen as well. They'll change over the washer liquid, and they'll change over the drinks tube as well. Also very important not to get those 2 bottles mixed up, as has actually happened before. Your drinks bottle is pure white, and your washer liquid bottle is pink. And sometimes they've been put in the wrong hole. Believe me, nobody wants to have a soap in the mouth going down the Mulsanne Straight at over 240 kilometres an hour. I think, actually, to answer your question here, Ray, we have finally got access to, I believe, Hours 10's classification. We've been waiting for this for quite a long time, and we have it. Fantastic. So, 59 cars are officially still in this race. The only retirements are the 56 Team Project 1 and the 1 Richard Mille Racing Team. So they're the only 2 retirements at the moment. But we are waiting on the official announcement at the top of the next hour. We'll get the next lot, and we'll be able to tell you exactly who's out of the race as well. So we have to wait for the official cars to be retired. Adam saying, what's the closest track to you in the UK? Cadwell Park. It's 30 minutes away from me in Louth. We're in Grimsby, on the old fishing town, and Cadwell Park is in Louth, and it's 30 minutes away from my commentary box studio here. So half hour away is Cadwell. And right now, this weekend as well, it's the British Superbike Championship at Cadwell Park. Their big race on the what used to be on Bank Holiday weekend, but it's moved a week earlier now. And it's also my dear friends Paul Woodford's last race as circuit manager. So well done, Paul. Thanks for all your help a couple of years ago, and thanks for all your help still. So cheers to you with a nice cup of tea, lad. And yeah, I do love Paul Woodford. He's a great bloke, top bloke as well. He's a journalist like me. He's a commentator like me as well, and circuit manager of his dream circuit. His favourite circuit as well. So yeah, well done, Paul. And you can go into your next phase of your career knowing that you've been doing Cadwell proud. And certainly it's a great racetrack. So 58 minutes, 56, sorry, we were on air. I just need to clean nose. As we take a quick look, actually, at the full screen. There's the confirmation up. Green now 11 times. Green for 8 hours and 33 minutes, 2 hours 36 since the last one. Driver change going on down at the Ferrari garage. So the AF course is taking over on the 54 team. Ferrari, of course, in the AM category. Castello, I think, will get out of the car. And who's going to go in? So Castillo is out. And I'm not sure who's gone in. It could be Giancarlo Fisichella. We have a purple sector on the track. And it's the number 8 Toyota Gazoo Racing. In the first sector, he's done a 32.756. So Sebastian Buemi proving that he can still push it out there as well, and has done an absolutely fantastic job. On board with the 92 Porsche, running 4th overall in class. Christensen is at the wheel as well. Porsche 92 and 91 running 4th and 5th overall as well at the moment on the squad. So I think there's already something happened at Le Mans, at IndyCar, at their racetrack. So that's an interesting one. I'm sure I'll find out on Tuesday when we commentate on the race. Try and remain spoiler-free for IndyCar as well, which is not understandably very hard to do, but sure we can do it. 91 Porsche. And Liette's now in control of the car. With a driver... No, he stays in control, actually. Richard Liette's 5th in the GTE Pro class as they get ready to come out. Coming up then on 13 hours to go here at the Le Mans 24-hour race. 13 hours to go here at Le Mans for the 2021 89th running of this great event. We've been on here now an hour. We've got 1 hour to go until we're at half distance, and we'll go off here for another 3 hours of highlights. For the 6 and 7 hours, the 6 a.m. till 8 a.m. British Summer Time is live here on YouTube. But we are approaching half distance. Everyone now just getting ready once again into the late night shifts and keeping themselves cool, calm, collected. Actually, it's been a bit of an interesting one here in the UK. We've had some rain, but it's been a very hot and humid day, so it hasn't been wrapping up in the usual cold weather situation out front. And I think it's got something to do with the big strip light ahead of us. So the lighting here in the box has definitely helped the running. The 41 cars in the pit lane. As well, the Team WRT, second in the class, with Yi, Delatraz and Kubica as the drivers. No driver change going on, just a fluid change, tyre change, and a windscreen wipe as well. Are they actually going to... I think it's only fuel, you know. I don't think they're changing tyres. It's just a fuel stop. No tyre changes at the moment now. Yeah, no tyres as far as I know. Are they going to change it now? No! 41 just getting fuel. So those tyres can do another stint out there. That's not bad at all. Okay, it's just gone the hour. Have we now got access to our 11s results, which means we can tell you exactly who's out of the race and not. No, not just yet. So sorry, sorry there you to Ray. We have to wait for a while to get another one. On board with the number 8 Toyota Gazoo Racing then, with Sebastian Buemi at the wheel for his second stint. No sign yet of Brendan Hartley's second stint. I'm sure that'll come when Megan's in the box. We don't understand to be the Japanese drivers, though, having the last stint. So Kamiko Kobayashi at the number 7 and Kazuki Nakajima in the number 8 car will be the drivers to take it across the line. Toyota always very keen on having the Japanese drivers in their car at the end of the race to take the checkered flags. You can see why, as it's 3:05 in the morning over there. No, 2 minutes past 3 actually in Le Mans. And here in the UK, it's just gone 2 a.m. And this is always the is it the witching hour? I can't remember. This is always the time of the year where I say to everybody watching, this is when I start to flag as well. Let's hear from Sebastian Buemi and the number 8 Toyota.
Only, fuel only, stop. Okay, copy, you want me to take you up?
So Sebastian Buemi is going for a fuel-only stop next time around. So those tyres can do another stint, and it will be fuel-only to go and have a word. That is actually a surprise. And, yeah, there you go, Ray. Did tell you. Whether 13 or 14 stops in this race before even they get to anywhere near the end of this one. As on an ad break now go Eurosport. I think for the first time in a while, actually. Think about it. It's not the first time this hour. Eurosport have been on a break. Oh, wow. Congratulations to Eurosport. Let's switch over then. I think it is, you know. Let's switch over then to the number 7, Toyota. Racing at the moment on the circuit. Got a yellow. Where is this yellow? Why is this yellow? Let's see if I can have a look on the 709 Gleekenhaus Racing as well to see where this yellow flag is, because it provides you with a driver tracker as well. No idea. It's gone green now, so wherever this brief yellow was, it hasn't affected anything else on the track. Let's see if it's going to pop on the screen. No, so we go green here at Le Mans. There's the yellow. Where was it? Yellow flag at the Dunlop chicane and Forest curves. So in the first sector of the track, someone must have gone straight over. Yeah, someone must have just had a little spin and gone straight over. Very quick. Came back under green flag running, so apologies for the yawn, but it is very, very late. So yeah, another hour, 55 minutes until we go off air as well. Oh, we'll take it over the halfway point. So only the 56 Porsche and only the number 1 Richard Mille team have retired. The 57 Kessel Racing is not running. The 66 Ferrari, not running. The Spirit of Racing 55, not running. The G-Drive 25, not running. At the moment. I'm getting these things in my ear. And the 47, not racing either. The Chetalat Racing. So we've got a numerous official retirements coming up. So there you go. They are the cars not running, Ray. So there you go, Ray. There's the cars not running. I just got them fed through to me in my ear as well. So that are the cars not running here at Le Mans so far. I'm sorry about the gulping, but just to take a nice bit of cup of tea. Kobayashi now at the wheel of the number 7 Toyota, but Buemi at the wheel of the number 8. Doesn't look like they're going to change over. The Grau at the wheel of the Alpine 36. And it's actually brilliantly for Team WRT in the 31 LMP2, leading the way in that class and running 4th overall. Could they snag an unlikely podium here for LMP2 overall? It's been done before. We had it a couple of years ago with Jackie Chan DC Racing. They finished 2nd and 3rd overall here at Le Mans. Could easily be done. As they still circulate out there. Toyota Gazoo Racing, Kobayashi leads the way as we take a look. I'm sure we'll get the official retirement soon on the board. And who's going to be where? Let's go through the leaders then at the top of the hour. Hypercar being led by the number 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing. The LMP2 field being led by the 31 Team WRT. The LMGT Pro is being led by the 51 Ferrari AF Corsa. And the GTM being run by the 83 AF Corsa as well. And down in the Innovative class, it's the Association SRT 41 Squad 84. The only car in that race. Green flag now running. We had a brief yellow out there. I was worried that was going to turn to safety car. Because I've literally got nothing to talk about if it goes to safety car. Because I'm the only one in the box. That's why earlier on in the last commentary we did live, we had, I said to Megan, go drag one of the guests in. As off the track, the number 70, not again. The real-time racing 70 finding the gravel trap on the circuit and having to go round the exit curves. And this is down at Tete Rouge, drops it under braking, skids across the inside of the track and almost hits another car as well. Has to go straight on. In fact, does a 360 on the inside of the curb. So Garcia for the 70 real-time racing also having troubles out there. My word. Certainly pushing it hard, aren't they? We're back to green flag running though here at Le Mans. And my brain just said to myself there as well, you do realise that you were about to throw to highlights, thinking it was highlights. But no, it is pure live. Number 8, Toyota in the pit lane now then as well for a fuel-only stop, we heard. They're going to change over. Sebastian Buemi now wearing glasses as well. So he wears glasses at night. Maybe I should put mine on. Maybe I'll help my eye line at the moment as well and not hurt because I'm looking up at the box. So there you go. Put my glasses on up here in the box. Look a bit more commentator. In fact, that has helped a little bit as well. But we've got annoying glare as well. I think I'll put my... when we come off air, we go into highlight commentary. So I'll take the headset off for a couple of minutes, have a bit of food, and then I'll put the headset back on. It just helps the highlights breaks. Maybe next year, when there's more commentators as well, Ed, maybe next year when we do Le Mans full 24 hours, we can get a full commentary roster together, and Ed can take lead comms, and I can take it off him as well, and we can share as well, and maybe get some of the others in as well from the ERC commentary team, and maybe get some of the Grid Network guys involved as well, and the esports, BBEB sports as well. Maybe just get everybody on it for one of the big events and grab everybody in. I'm very looking forward to the fact that Grid Network has got paddock access and media passes for the Portland Grand Prix, so they'll be there as well. Don't think whoever ends up going there for Grid Network, by the way, over there in America, don't think you're going to get away with not having a an audio call to me throughout the race as well. We'll be live as well, so we'll get you an audio call during some of the breaks and talk to you, acting as a pit reporter, whoever ends up going. I'd love that with cross-promotion. On board with that tea is going cold, by the way. On board with the number 7 Toyota. Right now, the lead of the race coming through Indianapolis, now into Arnage as well. As they get on the accelerator, pushing hard, fast, and really mean and determined towards the front there as well. I've got my phone on me. It's 2:10 now as well. And honestly, I'm impressed. My phone's on 56%. I thought it'd be gone by now. But it is being very well behaved. As with 12 hours and 49 minutes to go. The 7 Toyota just still circulating out there as well. In fact, I can change back over as to have a listen as well. Could really do with a co-com at this point. You crash after a while. You run out of things to say. I'm sort of running on esport mode at the moment, where it usually... I know Carter Lundy joins me in the commentary box sometimes for the esports races, but sometimes I'm on my own usually, and I run into esport mode where you're the only commentator, so you talk to yourself a lot more. But the last 4 hours, oh my goodness me, might kill me as well, the last 4 hours. With Le Mans retirement, as I see it, the number 1 is out, the 25, the 32, as well, the 55, the 47, the 56, the 57, the 98 and the 99. Oh, the 99's dropped out as well. What, the Proton competition? Oh, no. They've dropped out as well. Well, we'll wait for official confirmation, and then we'll cross it off the Spotter's Guide with the Marker of Doom as well. And that gets updated throughout the race just with a big cross through it of cars that are out as well. It just helps us enable what's happening next. 47 minutes to go of this race. Honestly, the sweat that is on these earphones as well, it's getting quite warm in this box, and we can't stand up either. So I'll tell you what I might do, actually. I might just switch over briefly to a comfy chair. Oh, that is a million times better. And considering we don't have to press any buttons either. Oh, I'll just put my feet up for the first time in 11 hours and 12 minutes. I've put my feet up, and it's quite relaxing. Why did the co-coms get the nice comfy chair? What happened to the comfy chair that I was supposed to have? So I was supposed to have a big black leather comfy chair to commentate on, but it was raining outside, so they used it for the party. So I got stuck with the normal Combox chairs that are dining room chairs that are not meant for long periods of time sitting on them, let me tell you. And this is quite a comfy chair, actually. So this is the chair we usually use. So, yeah, I'll stay in this for a little bit. Although it hurts your underside after a while. On your inner thigh. On board with the Alpine 36 Elf Matmut. What a name, though. Elf Matmut. Fantastic name for a car. We had the Formula 1 car go out a while ago as well, if you remember. Right at the beginning of the day, they switched over and had a nice run. As we now look at Alpine. Alpine had a spin into the gravel, actually, with a double rear puncture a couple of hours ago. They're running 3 laps down as a result. But, yeah, it's not going too bad for them. They're on lap 159. The number 7 is on lap 163. Can you hold? I need to swing the last bit of tea down. Well, that's that done for the tea. Well, that's the tea done. Well, the first cup of tea. I'll have another cup of tea once we come off air, probably. 46 minutes until that happens, and then we'll be at half distance of this remarkable Le Mans race. This is the graveyard shift, as we're watching third in class, the 36 Alpine. Running on. As they come back down. 1 minute 26 seconds now between the two Toyotas. Both on lap 163. So they've got a lot more to look out for. At the moment, the Gleikenhurst team are doing a lot better than expected, and a lot better than they expected as well, which is fantastic news. I'm trying to have a look quickly as well at the monitor. Megan's headset's in the way. 709 Gleikenhurst running 10th overall, so way behind some LMP2s, but crucially on the same lap. And can, and probably will, catch up. Radio?
Box in this lap for fuel.
Box cleanly at the end of this lap for fuel, so no tyres, but a fuel change now for the 709 Gleikenhurst Racing. We're watching that now, actually, as the number 7 race leader comes into the pit lane. Clean of a little clean there look of the lights as well, and of the windscreen wiper. Just check there's no damage underneath on the wing. Kamui Kobayashi at the wheel, staying on for his part in the night shift. A lot of fuel and away. It's the same as the number 8 car. Fuel is the game here for Le Mans. Tyres can last double stints. Track dried out now from the rain we had early on the start of this race, 12 hours ago, and then halfway through, at hours 6 and 7, it chucked it down 1/3 distance, 1/4 distance, I should say, as well. And a rumour going around that there's going to do a Silverstone 1,000 my year. That's an interesting one. A Silverstone 1,000 kilometre race certainly sounds more entertaining. Are we here? Hello? Can you see me? Can you still hear me? What's happening with the encoder? Encoder overloaded. Hello, I'm still here. Still up and running. 709 now into the pit lane. The Gleikenhurst Racing team comes in. Lights come on the inside of the car as well. The bright UV lights as well into the pit lane box area. So the 709 comes into the pit lane. Very unusual to see that lights up as well as soon as you come into the pit lane. It's so they can clean the windscreen wiper clearly as well and make sure there's no errors on it, like cracks, bugs, that sort of thing. So who's in control of the 709 at the moment? It is Romain Dumas in control. So Dumas will have a little bit run out there. I hope the IndyCar race is good. A lap 40 at 260. Green, some yellows, and green again. Oh, it does sound interesting. I can't wait to be a part of that on Tuesday when I watch and I do the commentary. So the Glickenhaus Racing has finally changed its camera to the driver as well, and they're just watching on. I think it's going to get released now. And does get released out onto the track with still Romain Dumas in control. Comes out 11th overall, has lost a position to the 34 squad, who is right in front. So not that long, hopefully, left. Nice run out of the pit lane, though, so not a bad situation overall. With 12 hours, 41 minutes and 48 seconds left here at Le Mans. And out of the pit lane now. As a really fantastic onboard battle we're watching at the moment with Dumas on the now coming through the first half of the track of the forest curves into Tête Rouge as well before flying down towards the Mulsanne Straight. We're watching him on board as well. That the light's actually still on in the car, which must be distracting. You'd like it to be pitch black in the car, wouldn't you? In order to run smoothly. But yeah, the LED strip is on him as he runs down towards the zone here. Fantastic camera angle here. We've switched back now as well to the front view as he comes down the Mulsanne Straight, passing two LM GTE cars as well into the PlayStation chicane. Hits Apex 1, Apex 2. Now we'll hit Apex 3 at the exit as well and really get pushed on at the exit run. Not bad here at the moment. With 12 hours, 40 minutes to go. Any questions coming in from the group chat? Just let us know. We've got it operational here at Joshua Birch 99 on Twitter and Instagram as well. Get in touch. We want to hear from you as well. It's a shame also that no one's awake who likes the motorsport community, because I would have given them a FaceTime call and spoke to them over the radio. My best wishes go to Tom Gaymore, who is not well, and that's why he's not commentating today. I suspect it's appendicitis, but luckily it doesn't seem to be that, but still not well at all. And I know how heartbroken you must be to be missing this great, great race. Still circulating now here at Le Mans. As we're still stuck on board, actually, with the Glickenhaus 709 car. As I'm going to switch back to my numerous seats now. As it really is a big, hard change, actually, from when you sit to the other one. No sign of Buemi yet coming in to change over to Sebastian Buemi, but presumably he'll do that at the top of the next hour. If he's going to do it at all, I would assume that's when it would be, because it makes the most sense, doesn't it, to change over cars then, not at the not in the time where it affects the timings of the cars, because you can only do 8 hours each. 8, 16, 24. So no driver can do more than 8 hours. No driver can do less than 8 hours. You have to be bang on or round about that time with the maximum time zones you have to drive. And you have to do certain hours in the day and certain hours in night as well in order to get it all done. 2 seconds. We've got a retirement. And the number 79, WeatherTech Porsche, is officially out, I believe. Game over. Yeah. The number 79 car is out of the race now then for WeatherTech Racing. So here we go, look, ladies and gentlemen. Marker of doom coming out. And the 79 car is got a big black X through it now. It is out of the race in the GT Pro category. So the 79 car is officially out of the race. That is what we've just been heard over my earphones that I've been told. So that brings the retirements up now as well. We need a retirement run through, honestly, in order to get everything running. 37 minutes to go here at 12 hours and 37 minutes to go until the end of the race. We're off air in 37 minutes time. Just needed a quick yawn. It's a very long time here at Le Mans. I can tell you that now as well. What have we got here on Twitter as well? Adam's liked and retweeted what's been going on as well. Tell you what, it's all going off here at the night race at Indianapolis. So the night race at the race. And I'm looking forward to commentating on this oval night race as well. So I'll keep an eye on that one for later on. Storm's coming back in, apparently. So that rain cloud could still come here. Very interesting to see if that rain is going to start affecting the race again here at Le Mans tomorrow morning, when we expected it to actually hit the track. And Sniffer Media, who's a big tweeter as well and a media person as well in Formula 1 and World Endurance, says 1987 Cord, he wants its snack back as well. Wagon Wheel Jammy he's got on his desk there. Can I beat him with opal fruits? It all happens. Let's take a look then quickly at the full... Well, I'll tell you what as well, that was a very desperate quick manoeuvre as well to get the sneeze out of the way up here in the comments box as well. But let's take a look at the full results then. Ray asking, what have you learned in the first 11 hours of the race? Hydrogen cars are fast and they can lap quicker as well when they run together in a pack. It's been a bad day for weather and the grip on the circuit is terrible. And we don't know exactly who's out of the race because no one's officially announcing the retirements. That's what we've learned so far. If you want the session stats, there you are. Look, green flag running for 9 hours exactly. Full course yellow for 4 minutes. And safety car is up for 2 hours and 20 minutes. We've currently run 3 hours, 3 minutes completely under green flag running. On board with a 63 Corvette. Out there on the circuit as well, just racing around. But I do agree with Ray here as well. If I take it over, what have we learned in 11 hours as well? It's looking like another Toyota win, no matter if we change over to hydrogen hypercar class as well. The hypercars seem to be a lot faster as well than the rest, and Toyota have got it right again, and they look to be the team to beat. Although it's still not sure, is number 7 going to get its first ever win at Le Mans? Or is it going to be the number 8 car making 4 years running? The gap between them, 21.5 seconds. And they've both stopped. The only thing is that the number 7 car has 2 extra laps of fuel compared to the number 8. So that could be something to watch later on. But if a safety car comes out, it levels it back up again. Or even if they get caught out with a slow zone or full course yellow. And that helps. It all helps. It all come back up together later on in the race. And also that rain that is circulating could also play a factor. Rain on the horizon, maybe. Later on, the 39 car comes into the pit lane now as well. The SD24 Diribo by Graf, or the Graf entry, with caliper at the wheel. As away he goes now, changing over. Dry tyres out there, no wets needed, of course. Nicky Katzberg with his fire suit on, earplugs in, mask on, looking quick. Time is having a problem there as well, actually. Keeping up with this race, it seems. Don't blame it. Halfway. Nearly. Felipe Nasr take a bow, son, is what I'm seeing on my monitor right now. Don't know what Felipe Nasr is up to. Late night Radio Le Mans shenanigans are the best shenanigans. I agree there over at Radio Le Mans, but I appreciate everyone who's watching us here on YouTube for what is my favourite time of the year. A Le Mans night shift compares to absolutely nothing. And this looks to be a driver change over at Porsche as well. I wonder which one as well it's going to change over to, with 12 hours and 32 minutes to go of this race. I'm just looking down at the order as well, and in the United Autosports USA squad, the 22 car, Hansen running 7th overall, but 3rd in class. That victory for Juan Pablo Montoya could look incredibly more likely. Where is Montoya on my board here in front of us in the commentary box? There we go. In the Dragon Speed 21, is it? Let's have a look here. Yeah, the Dragon Speed 21, who is still running. And if I take a look at my monitor, I think it's down the order after an earlier problem. Yeah, Ben Haley down in 14th, running 9th in class out there as well in the LMP2s. Paul di Resta, if we're doing a Sky F1 check-in, is out there as well right now. And he's running in... I've just had him and he's lost on my monitor now. Again, they keep on changing. Where is he gone? Felipe Nasr in 15th for the Rising Competitions Only car is going fastest of all in the sector. Yeah, and Paul di Resta running 13th overall, but 8th in class. So a good run going there as well for PDR. There's your class runs at the moment. What is going on here at the moment? We should jump back up to the front with the top 4 running with the hypercars. No sign of any yellows out there on the track at the moment with 30 minutes to go. We're riding with the 709 car on the second camera up here in the comms box, as we're riding with the number 7 on the main camera as he comes himself round Indianapolis. So Indianapolis, one of the best corners in the Le Mans track as well, because you go so fast through it as well. You feel like you're flying through it, and then you come into Arnage, which is almost a carbon copy of Mulsanne. And then you back down through the fastest segment of the track as well, flat out, coming into the Porsche curves as well. You really feel alive through these segments of the track. You really feel like one with the car as well. It's in this night shift as well. You get this strange maternal almost bond. Not even that. It's more. It's not even. It's maybe even physical. It's mental as well. You become one with the car. You're part of the car. You feel every single movement as well. If you're tense with the car acts up. You must relax, let the car do the work, and keep your mind clear as well for reactions. It is such a dangerous crossover point that everybody must finally balance now. You're feeling tired as well. You've got to hold it through and hold your nerve and keep on going. Just half the way through, coming up nearly half hour until 12 hours hits as well. And through that, we think we've done 7.5 hours live, 7.5 hours delayed. As well, highlights. But the highlights have been cut down. That last one as well, I'm shocked in the last 3 hours. I'd only picked up the commentary mic for 16 total minutes. Nothing happened in that gap zone either. All for one and one for all. The message of support for the Gazoo Racing Toyotas out there as well from the Japanese fans, and these marshals put them all over their garage as well as motivational messages and support messages out there as well. It is absolutely fantastic situation going on down there as well. So as I keep on, Tim Black is saying, Eurosport LM24, can we have a few minutes just listen to the cars on the commentary, please? That's from Le Mans. Yeah, even I would like a couple of seconds because we can display those cars live and listen to the cars ourselves just to enjoy some symphony of action out there on the circuit. Hello to Beth once again, who's returned to the chat. Hello, Beth. You've been out a while. Beth has said as well here, do you think that the Le Mans series needs to be more attractive to a broader range of manufacturers? I know there are some, but it's not what it used to be. I think, Beth, you've hit the nail on the head. Absolutely. Aston Martin in it now, limited into the AM class. I haven't got a pro race. We've got Porsches, Corvettes, Ferraris, but not many manufacturers up there. The hyperclass is
top speeds equal across cars. Top speeds equal across cars.
So that's Sebastian Buemi in the number 8 car being told that performance equal across both cars out there. So that's great news to hear, so they can really push. To Beth, answer your question, coming in with the hypercars and the hydrogen powers seem to be attracting more big manufacturers, which is great news for the LMP categories. But for the GT categories, the GTE category is effectively going to be killed off in the next couple of years to be replaced by the GT3 categories, which has Mercedes in it as well, Honda's in there, Audi, all that lot coming back into it. So I think going into 2023 and 2024, we're going to see a lot more broader, a lot more broader and a lot more needed, let me say, manufacturer claim back in. I think, mark my words, by 2025, the World Endurance Championships will be one of the most populated series on the planet when it comes to manufacturers, even beating Formula One. WEC will be the place to be alongside Formula E, and even Formula One with their new hydrogen engine plan as well coming in as well for the next regulation change. So yeah, I think Formula One, World Endurance and Formula E are going to be the places to be to develop on upcoming technology, especially the World Endurance Championship. I think that'll take more of a centre stage with its hydrogen class power units as well. So definitely as well, it's going to be fun to watch, and definitely we need more manufacturers in across not only the hypercar and the hydrogen, but we need them in left, right and centre, all classes, AM, Pro, what will become the GT3 class, but they only want amateurs there for the GT3, which is weird. They'll get the pro drivers in, because why snub off everybody else? More LMP2 cars and more LMP-H cars, the hydrogen hypercar class as well. Get them all in, get them all active, and let's see what they can do. Best way to do it. And I'm looking forward to it as well. Coming up then with the 26 minutes effectively to go, really, isn't it? Until we're at halfway. We'll stay on air for an extra 5 minutes after, just to cross over that time period here at Le Mans. And then I'm going to take the headset off for 10 minutes as well and recharge a little bit whilst also filming. Well, we'll film the highlights as well. What we do actually with the highlights, let's explain that quickly because we've got nothing else to talk about. With that, as soon as you go off air from the live streams, as soon as all that's done, we go back to the picture you're watching now, this box here. Well, actually, no, this box here with the Class A's, and we press start recording. Now, that records this screen as well. At the end of every hour, we press stop, we take that footage off, put it onto a stick, put it onto the laptop, and edit it down. So, and we edit it down quickly to my bits and put the graphics on it. And then after that as well, we are recording the next hour as well at the same time. So, and it does work quite easily, actually. And we get the highlights all together, and that goes out alongside the live stream, so that at the end of the live, you can go back and have a look at the bits we missed when we were in highlights mode. And over the wall, you get a great picture of the race itself. Beth also now asking as well, it's odd that the Le Mans series is following the same development direction that Zeppelin's took as well. Let's hope it turns out a lot better for Le Mans. Have you seen the Goodyear Zeppelin? That's hanging around the track at the moment. I was surprised. They have a Goodwood, did I say? A Goodyear tyre Zeppelin out there as well. No. What, at 2:32 a.m., two of the top three in the championship in the world, Palou, Dixon, VK, have crashed out in IndyCar. My goodness me, I've just seen that. I told you I can't avoid spoilers. Wow, that's going to be a new one. Well, I'll tell you what, that is a big one over there. That is a big one, actually. So, yeah, when you watch the commentary highlights, I'll have to act surprised a little bit, but it's impossible to avoid spoilers, honestly. Really, really is. As we look at the 36 Alpine now on the circuit, Where is that 36? Running third still overall in class, which is better. We will be covering the last 3 IndyCar races live of the season. Let's get those times up for you, actually, because I've got it here on my... They're all at 8:30 British Summer Time. But in terms of the times, next weekend, we've got the Belgium Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix. We've got the Formula 1 Belgium Grand Prix, the MotoGP British Grand Prix, and Thruxton round 16, 17, 18. So another busy one. Weekend after, it's the Dutch Grand Prix for Formula 1. Weekend after, it's the Grand Prix of Portland for IndyCar. That'll be live on the 12th of September. MotoGP at Aragon and Formula 1's Italian Grand Prix. Weekend after, MotoGP's San Marino Grand Prix, followed by the British Touring Car Championships Croft round, and the Firestone Grand Prix of Laguna Seca, or Monterey will be there on the 19th. That'll be live. And on the 26th as well, the Formula 1 Russian Grand Prix, the British Touring Car Championship rounds 22, 23, 24 from Snetterton, from Silverstone, and then the last race of the IndyCar year from Long Beach as well. That race too will be live. So, yeah, got a couple of weeks actually until the next race for IndyCar. So, that'll settle the championship down nicely as they come into it as well. But, wow. And let's take a look actually at this crash. Oh, that's not a good one either. So, yeah. How much would it cost, rough guess, for tickets to Le Mans 24 hours plus a few days in a hotel nearby? Should we have a look? We've got time. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so let's start with tickets to Le Mans. Obviously, should we not include, Beth, flight costs? Because from you in Australia, that's going to cost a lot. So if we do pure tickets to Le Mans for next year, you can camp on the circuit. Do you fancy camping on the circuit? Camping in the camp area, Beth? So the Mans tickets for next weekend for race week as well. Let's take a look. Tickets to Le Mans are £170, running to £125 as well. For the camping, or traveling from outside of Europe as well, it goes a lot. So that's already tickets as well. Let's just have a look. £915 actually. It tells you on the website. If you go to the Le Mans website and type in the 2022 tickets as well, travelling from other countries from £915. So it tells you how much. So it's worked out for you. So there you go, Beth. £915. Happy to camp. Yes, forget airfares. I know it cost me a minimum of 4,000 Australian dollars for an airfare. Yes, so in terms of that, then it ranges to about £150 to £170 as well. So let's take a look. So there's your overall tickets, £125 to £170. In terms of camping, on the circuit, public campsite at the circuit, from £245 per person. So already it's at the £300 to £400 mark as well. And then the general entertainment, the food as well out there. Yeah, so I think that's it'd be around about £1,000 to do Le Mans. I would say it's between £600 and £900 to do Le Mans, Beth, and plus your air flights as well. Could be quite a lot. But I would say also, there is no motorsport on the planet where you get as much on-track action as Le Mans. Driver change in the 63 Corvette as well. Taylor gets out of the car. And who gets in the car now? Nicky Katzberg gets in on the 63 Corvette Racing. So, yes, Beth, I would say it costs a lot, but Le Mans is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do. You get action on... you get 4 practice sessions, 2 qualifyings, and a warm-up. And that's all... hours and hours and hours and hours and hours from Wednesday and Thursday. You've got all that. You've got hours and hours of running. Friday, you get to go into the city, meet the drivers on the parade, and on Saturday and Sunday, you get a 24-hour race non-stop. I think it's a good deal, personally, but it's not me paying for it. So yeah, there you go, Beth. As well, there for the tickets. Tickets itself, if you want general admission, it would be 125 to 170 pounds, euros, obviously, and it's over from 915 euros from abroad. So yeah, it costs about £1,000 out there as well. And for you saying air flights, it's going to be about 4,000 Australian dollar. That's a big gap there as well. It's 2:42 in the morning here in the UK. It's 3:42 over there in Le Mans. Still the middle of the night at the moment. Beth's now saying as well, wow, that's 17,000 Australian dollars. No, sorry, 1,700 Australian dollars. And air flights and general travel costs. So around about 7,000 Australian dollars. For context, my MX-5 is worth that amount. Well, sell your MX-5 and come over to Le Mans next year. Yeah, that is a lot of money, Beth. May I make a suggestion to do the Australian Grand Prix for Formula 1 and MotoGP, and then go do Bathurst. Go to the Bathurst 24-hour race. That's probably easier. What the cost is there for doing Bathurst instead compared to Le Mans? It must be surprising. I found it surprising that it cost me £1,000 to do pre-season testing for Formula 1, but the Dutch Grand Prix was only going to cost me £400. It's so bizarre, isn't it? A Grand Prix costs £600 cheaper than a pre-season testing event. So bizarre. Couldn't get to the Dutch Grand Prix, by the way, this year. COVID really bad over there, and they've locked the paddock down once again. So the British touring car seem to be the only paddock willing to let me in this year as well. 16 minutes and 32 seconds to go until we are halfway in this Le Mans 24 hours. Can you imagine? It's only halfway. We have another 12 hours to go. I might be dead by the end of this race, I can tell you. A whole other day. It's basically another day. I'll tell you one thing. Usually at Le Mans, I'm usually strong enough to stay awake from 9 a.m. Saturday until about 11 o'clock Sunday. Not this year. As soon as the race is over and we're off here, I'm going to go for a little nap and wake up late because I've got to do an esport race as well. So I think I'll go for a nap at 3:30. I think we're off here. And I'll probably go for a nap 3:30 and wake up around about 8:30 as well. Have some food and then go to the commentary box. No, actually, can't be 8:30. Probably 8. And then go for a proper sleep as well, because honestly, the Mans kills your sleep schedule. It takes a giant shotgun and just blows it out of the water. Beth saying, who is really keeping me awake here, so thanks once again, Beth. Now I know what it's like to be you in the reverse schedule when you're up in the middle of the night watching me, Dan and Megan for the practice and races for Formula 1. I now know what it's like, and it's not nice at all, is it, doing the night shift? Beth saying Bathurst is a 3-hour drive away, and entry cost is about £75 for mid-range ticket and about £300 entry for all 3 days. So you've got £7,000 for Le Mans, £300 for the Bathurst races. Bathurst. I would love to do Bathurst. The commentating there as well, and then going there on the mountainside and doing watch-alongs from there like we did at Snetterton. Bathurst would be absolutely outstanding. And of course, Beth, if I did ever, when I get over to Australia, when I can go over there as well and do all the broadcasting, I will, of course, message you, and we'll have to arrange a meet up at the track as well, and finally have a face-to-face conversation, and you're welcome to come on air as well and have a conversation on air as well, and finally, I'm all about meeting the fans as well, because like you as well, you're fans of motorsport, and I'm a fan of motorsport. I don't see you as fans of me, I see you as fans of motorsport, fellow fans as well, colleagues even as well, and I love it as well, and it means so much that you watch this channel, and it's fantastic. Look at it, it's getting all soppy at 3:15 in the morning. But honestly, it means so much, and thank you to everyone watching here right now. The watch along for Le Mans. Adam says, I'll stay awake for the Supercars Bathurst 1000 easily. Oh yeah, even I do. To be fair, sometimes if I'm awake in the morning, I'll put it on, but usually I do TiVo it and watch it, and that's my day of motor racing all done. But it's so busy at the moment. It's been a bit tricky, hasn't it? Because there's been so much motorsport on, as everybody knows. As Eurosport go on a break here. I think they do anyway. I just heard those are going to go for short breaks. So I was getting ready to turn my attention to Monitor 2. Well, Monitor 2. And yeah, there we go. So change over to Monitor 2 now on the control deck and take a look at the onboard of the 709 squad. We've run 3 hours and 25 minutes now without a safety car, without a full course yellow as well, or slow zone really in effect. And it's surprising me and worrying me at the same time. Also, could an IndyCar alongside this? No, I don't like double streaming. I like pretty much keeping on. We only had to double stream a couple of times this year, and it has been chaotic as well. We're going to have to do it next weekend, actually, because me and Megan will be commentating on the MotoGP's British Grand Prix, and we'll finish that and go over to commentating on the Formula One Grand Prix of Belgium. So that's going to be fun. Also tried to get over to Belgium as well, and COVID is really playing things up this year as well, as especially in New Zealand, you heard, is now in lockdown again after just one positive COVID case as well, and you've got Le Mans going on now in France, even though they're really bad. You heard Jack actually talking about it early on as well. You heard Jack Quantrill, my brother-in-law actually, who was in the box earlier on, talking about how France have really got their act together with COVID testing, and they're quite on it as well, which is great news. Adam saying you're a trooper, Josh. Cheers for doing this. Absolutely no problem as well. It's keeping me going as well. The only problem is that when I stop this live stream in about 15 minutes or so, we go into highlight mode. So that's going to be trickier to keep my brain active as well. And we'll be live again, as I said, at is it 6 a.m.? Yeah, 6 a.m. British Summer Time till 8 a.m. And then we'll go in the last highlights and then into the last 4 hours live as well. The end of that race as well is going to be great. But no, I've absolutely enjoyed it. And this is all gearing up as well. I would have loved to have covered the whole 24 hours live, but the Le Mans changed its date as well. It's all been switching over. It's because it changed over to August as well. Many of the commentators are going to ask to be involved in this. We're commentating on the ERC's 8 hours of Korea, which is already scheduled and couldn't change. So it's me, Megan and Dad and Jack who have been taking up the forefront here in the comms box doing it. And that's why it's 12 hours live and 12 hours in highlights. It's fair for everybody. And doing it in 2-hour blocks as well. Beth saying, yes, thanks. This is the closest thing to live coverage I can get here. That is absolutely appalling. Actually, Beth, go type in on YouTube after this version. Well, you can still see. You can get some live coverage of the cars out there on the track as well. The 708 Toyota and the 709 car as well. I've got live onboard cameras, and starting I think in a couple of hours' time as well. Race Control, I've got their 360 on again with full access to all coverage of the race. So absolutely, I'll post the links in the next live. And put that on your screen and put our commentary over it as well, because they don't have any commentary. But honestly, go for it as well. But next year, 2022, 11th until the 12th of June, hopefully we'll be live all day, all 24 hours. We'll be live for the Le Mans 24 hour with a whole host of commentators. We've also got that weekend as well currently scheduled. The British Touring Car Championship from Alton Park is currently on the calendar. So Megan might have to take that race for British Touring Cars as well. And we'll have 2 boxes set up. And I'm really hoping that there's no Formula 1 race put on that weekend. If there is, I think I'm going to cry and scream and punch Chase Gay. Who's in control now? I'm going to punch Ross Brawn right in the face as well, saying, why have you put this on Le Mans? I think there's a ban on it now, isn't there, for Jules and the Crown. There's a gentleman's agreement in place as well. But yeah, I'm hoping that they won't. Even if so, it'll probably be the Canadian Grand Prix, which means I just miss qualifying. And I just miss practicing qualifying, which Megan can easily take over and commentate on. And I'll join in for the race of Canada that day anyway, later on. So I'll have a nap after the race and go back and do that. So anyway, that's 2022's problem. Right now, let's get through 2021 because we've got this race, another 12 hours to go. And then we've got the entire remainder of the season to go. Number 8 Toyota is coming into the pit lane. Surely this is a driver change now for Sebastian Buemi. He's been in control of that car now for nearly 3.5 hours as well. Into the pits. And is it a driver change? Yes, it is. Finally. So Sebastian Buemi will get out of the car. And I presume Brendan Hartley is going to get in and go for a stint. Megan, I hope you're asleep. Because Brendan Hartley is now getting in the car, I think. So Buemi out. Is it Hartley in? Can't tell just yet. It hasn't changed over. We haven't got the news of who it is just yet. So stay tuned. Let's take a look back. Just move away from the chat for a second. Washers get changed over. New fuel drink get in as well. Straw gets plumbed in. Fuel has been put in as well. Tyres now going to get changed as well. Situation's going to improve out there. Look at the brake dust as well, being skirted off the side there. So Buemi was in control of the number 8 car. Who's now going to change over? Come on, tell us. The car gets released. It's not telling us yet. Car just coming down the end of pit lane now. Come on, come on, come on. Who is it? Is it Brendan Hartley? We saw it changed over. And it is Brendan Hartley. Brendan Hartley goes over and takes the number 8 Toyota Gazoo Racing and takes over at second place in this race as we approach the closing stages of this live stream. The next 3 hours will be in highlights, so you can all go away, do your morning stuff, and then come back and watch the highlights, and then on our next live stream as well. But the last 4 hours, all live here on YouTube as well, so everyone come back for that. The last 4 hours. Let's see how much of a corpse I look like at the end of that, because I think it's going to be bad. I really do think it's going to be bad. At the moment as well, it's hitting me differently this year. Don't know if it's because we're commentating more than we usually do and streaming a lot more. But honestly, it's just hit me differently this year, commentating on Le Mans. Definitely, I think next year a whole host of commentators will have to come on. I'll grab the eSport lot as well, and Adam, get ready, and Joe watching as well, and Kobe and Ben, and everybody else watching along. As it looks like there's also the dawn is beginning to break through here at Le Mans, nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. There's one fan there sleeping in the spectator stand as well, with flags on as well, just trying to get a couple of hours shut-eye. Just laying down. 54 Ferrari as well, getting ready. The AF Corsa having a pit stop as well, just changing over on cars. Fisher Keller has now taken over control of that car as well. I've been waiting to say this. Giancarlo Fisichella now in control of the Ferrari. Beth is saying, I reckon there's a fair chance I could arrange Alan Moffat, the Aussie driving legend and Le Mans 1982 winner, to dial in for next year's highlights. Absolutely. Get in. If you can get him on for later on, get him in. But yeah. Tell you what, Beth, do it. If you can get Alan Moffat in there as well and dial in, do it. Coverage, not highlights. Yeah, absolutely. Get him. Do it. Yeah, please, do it. You're welcome on yourself, Beth, as well. In fact, we should have opened up a phone call situation, shouldn't we? On a Discord chat, and just had people come in and have a chat for the box. Maybe that's something for next year as well. Get everything sorted, because right now we haven't got Discord set up properly for that in the comms box. I think a Strepsil is calling me, and some food as well. I can see the lemon curd tarts are eyeing me up as well. The opal fruits and these fantastic things as well. The barbecue beef Pringles are looking good as well. So 1 quarter done. Sorry, yeah, 1 quarter done. 2 quarter done. We're about to tick over as well to halfway here at Le Mans. 2:56 time coming up. As Beth says, I know I could get John Goss easily. Problem is getting rid of him. Beth, your connections to motorsport amaze me and astound me as well. Let's say the radio for Nicky Katzberg.
Rider, pace is good. 3 seconds to third.
Katzberg are being told 3 seconds between them at the moment. Looking quite good. As we keep holding on. Beth, have you changed your channel ident photo? I don't know if you have or not. I can't tell. It looks the same as Adam's to me. Is it the same as Adam's? No, Adam's and yours is different. They look very similar on the control panel here, but in the box. Coming up on half distance. 3 minutes time. I'm amazed I've actually managed this 2-hour stint on my own as well. Don't worry, next year we'll have a proper plan for the commentators. Next June, of course, 11th to the 12th. We'll have a proper plan. Also, now that Formula E's finished, expect to see Edward Hunter popping in for some practice sessions as well for Formula 1 as we drag him in and give him get heads on some F1 stuff as well. I'm looking forward to that actually as well. And of course, I'll be getting in touch with some people as well, as asking if you want to be on comms for one of the sessions of Formula 1's practice sessions. Maybe even qualifying in the race if needed, and you want to. 63 Corvette Racing now watching on as well. I'm so impressed right now. Giancarlo Fisichella has pitted the 54AF Corsa and rejoins still in 4th in the GT AM class. Well, where is Fisichella in the AM category? I mean, come on. I know he's the pro driver, but yeah. Beth saying as well, my pick is inspired by an actual box of Jats, TM. I'm going to have to get very close here, so I apologise. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, I can see now. What, 2 monitors here? Hang on, with the chat on. Oh, yes, I see what you mean now, Beth. Yeah. Adam, what's yours? Because yours looks quite similar. Is it the same? 91 Porsche coming in now, doing a driver change as well. And this is Litz getting out of the pit. So is this Jimmy Bruni going in? I presume this would be Jimmy Bruni coming into the pit lane here. As they switch over. Kamui Kobayashi leads in the number 7 Toyota. Brendan Hartley is in the number 8. Coming in now, the last minute before we reach half distance here at Le Mans. What an amazing couple of hours. What an amazing 12 hours we've had. We've had 7 periods of green flag running, 2 full course yellows, 4 safety cars as well. Currently, we've run 3 hours and 37 minutes under green with no stoppages. Rain's kept away in this second half of the race as well. Looking all good here at Le Mans. We are staying on. The 91 Porsche pits has approached the 79 in the pit lane too. Looking on the inside, the 63 Corvette, looking for the 52. AF Corsa, they're changing over positions as well. All happening here at the circuit at the moment. Are you ready, everybody? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. And we are half distanced in the 24 hours of Le Mans for 2021 as well. The leaders at the moment in Hypercar, it's the number 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing. LMP2 is the Team WRT 31. In the GTE Pro, it's the 51 AF Corsa. And in GT AM, it's the 83 AF Corsa. In the innovative class, it's the 84 Association SRT 41 squad as well. Right now, the battle brewing between second and third in the GT Pro class. I'll stay with this battle for a while. As Sandbird is under pressure from Nicky Katzberg, right alongside each other. 20 laps for the Sandbird's tyres for the Corvettes. This should be an easy pass in the next couple of minutes. We'll stay with it here before we go off air to go into our highlights period as well here at Le Mans. Down the start-finish straight we go. Let's open up the chat once again. As Beth says, Adam has probably used Ritz TM for inspiration. I'll take your word for that, Beth. I would absolutely take your word for that here at Le Mans. 12 hours in to this amazing race. And it is just absolutely changing complexion again and again and again. The 63 Corvette chasing down the 52, of course, a Ferrari. Will stay with this battle for the while longer to see what's going to happen next. Is he going to get him down the start-finish straight as well? Down the Mulsanne straight as well. They called it the Mistral straight, but it's the Mulsanne straight, yeah. 52 Ferrari going defensive. 63 Corvette right in the slipstream as now he's going to pull to the inside, coming into PlayStation chicane. Down the Mulsanne. Can he find a position to go for it? Looks for the inside. Corvette racing, flashing the lights well. Sandberg holding the inside line as they come into the chicane area. Really powering now through at the exit. Can he get the overtake? I want to stay with this battle until the overtake is completed. And then we'll go off air. So like a cap to a good 2 hours here at Le Mans. Coming down now into the battle zones. Is the 63 Corvette looking to the inside? I think he is as well. Sam's under pressure as we come into the braking zone. And the Corvette dives through the inside. Down at the Michelin chicane. But Sandberg could do nothing about it. And Nicky Katzberg takes second place in GT Pro. And gets ahead over there as well. Fantastic run there on the bot there. So the 63 car goes into second. The 52 down to third. Beth saying, woot, halfway. This gives me time to go hose down the wombats before the next live session starts. They get real grumpy real quick if I feed them a koala for breakfast. Absolutely unbelievable scenes here at Le Mans. Let's take a quick look at the standings, as I said, and show you the timetables for the next live. So look at that. Past half distance. So next up, hours 13, 14 and 15. 3 a.m. until 6 a.m. will be covered in highlights at 6:30. We'll be live at 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. for the next 2 hour stint. British summertime, of course. Hours 18, 19, 20 from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. will be covered in highlights. And 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. British summertime. The last 4 hours of the race will be live to watch here on YouTube. So, there's your running order. Toyota leading at the moment. Will it all change, though, in the next 2 hours, or 3 hours, sorry? It's going to come all down to that. Thank you very much for your company at this half of the race. Join us again in 3 hours' time for the next live. And also, go back now and watch the highlights of everything you've missed so far. Thanks for your company. We'll see you in a few moments' time. Beth saying quickly, though, before we leave, is this the old C7 Corvette or is it the C8? Let me get this quickly at the moment because we can tell what car it is here at the moment for you with the Corvette Racing. It is the C8, Beth. It's the new C8 Corvette Racing. So it's the C8 out there, Beth. So thanks, everybody, for your company. It's the C8 Corvette there, Beth. Thanks as well, Beth, as well, for keeping me awake. And to Adam as well for the next one for the 2 hours. We'll see you in 3 hours with the next highlights and live streams. Bye for now.